Not going to go into a rigmarole of figures which have been ably explained by our finance minister and then, of course, our deputy prime minister and foreign minister, who has always mentioned about what was Pakistan in 2018 and how we would move forward in times to come. Ladies and gentlemen, past is past, and if we live in past, we will gain nothing. But if we learn our experience from past, we will gain a lot. And that's what we are here today to achieve through our mutual consultation and B2B discussions. Look at this miraculous transformation of Shenzhen. A few decades ago, it was a small fishing farmer's village. And today, Shenzhen, having a population of only 13 million people, its GDP is hovering around $500 billion. Is it not a miracle of this century? Is it not eighth wonder of the world? And I have to say, my dear fellow Pakistanis, not to deject you or disappoint ourselves, that when we compare Shenzhen's performance with Pakistan's achievement at this point in time, our GDP is hovering around $380 billion and our population is 250 million people. Now, this is a very stark comparison, and this shows what? It's a lesson to be learned by all of us. It is through the most untiring efforts, forward-looking vision, starting from late Deng Xiaoping to this day by one of the world's greatest leader, President Xi Jinping's visionary leadership and his dynamism, that China today has become, in this short span of time, the world's second largest economy and the world's second mightiest military force. This is not a small achievement. China was born 2 years after Pakistan opened its eyes in 1947. And if you compare the figures of 50s and 60s, in many ways, our economic indicators were comparatively better than China. And today, there is no comparison. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I really want to submit here today is that let's not get dejected. Let's put our act together. Let's resolve to work hard, and let's resolve to solve our problems, fundamental issues. This position which China has attained today has been attained through deep structural changes. And if you count 3 huge achievements of President Xi Jinping, is number 1, he almost erased corruption from the face of China. Number 2, he was able to take out 700 million people out of depth of poverty. And number three, he invested in the youth of China. Hundreds of millions of Chinese boys and girls were empowered, and this investment has today resulted in Chinese huge dividends. There was complete transformation. And there was a time when China would import huge agri-products, which it still imports today because of its population. But Chinese internal production has grown many times more than a few decades before. How and why? That they have gone into big investment in R&D. They have used the most modern techniques and tools to increase their agri-production. And because Chinese labor became expensive, they moved to a higher level and gave up those conventional industries where competition became very tough with other competing countries. My fellow Pakistanis, here are these golden opportunities available to us. Today, after this plenary session, please sit down with your Chinese counterparts and find out ways and means how to move Chinese textile industry to Pakistan and stitch joint collaborations, joint investments, how to move in leather industry, how to progress in steel and engineering. As our Deputy Prime Minister said already, that Pakistan's mineral deposits today value around $10 trillion. And unfortunately, our export is meager $30 billion. So imagine the potential Pakistan has to boost its exports, the potential Pakistan has to dig out its gold mines, copper mines, convert them into semi-finished goods, finished goods, and then export to the entire world. And yet, this is one area where we are still dreaming. Today is the opportunity. Today is the time. Today is the moment for you to capture. Sit down with our Chinese friends and brothers and sit down with them.
मिर्चों से मसूड़ों में जलन की
है कोई हल?
लो नीम, यूकेलिप्टस और पुदीने वाला कोलगेट हर्बल मुंह में ठंडक पहुंचाए, दांत मसूड़े सेहतमंद बनाए नेचुरली।
Palmolive Naturals 100% milk और rose petals extract से बना, मेरी स्किन को बनाए soft and glowing. You can feel it.
मिर्चों से मसूड़ों में जलन की
है कोई हल?
लो नीम, यूकेलिप्टस और पुदीने वाला कोलगेट हर्बल मुंह में ठंडक पहुंचाए, दांत मसूड़े सेहतमंद बनाए नेचुरली।
दुनिया के तमाम बड़े शहरों से बर्फ पहुंचा रहा है हर खबर बोल न्यूज।
कोलगेट मैक्सिमम कैविटी प्रोटेक्शन, ये दांतों को स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाए, उनका खोया कैल्शियम लौटाए। जब दांत स्ट्रॉन्ग
तो मैं स्ट्रॉन्ग।
कोलगेट स्ट्रॉन्ग टीथ।